Good day, my fellow intellectuals.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Scott and Nick Live.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Sorry for the week inconvenience. I was sick, and we decided to take a week break.
Yeah, we didn't want to have to put Scott through doing this thing sick. Would have been an awful episode.
No.
Pretty miserable for
It would have
Scott.
been really bad.
But we're back this week, and then next week we're also taking a break.
Yeah, well, more importantly, today's the finale.
Today's the
season
finale
2.
of Season 2. So super
great.
excited for that. So then over the next week break, we're going to get our special guest lined up for Season 3 and then spend some time on our announcements. We'll talk.
Yeah, so the upcoming progress. So I don't know much about what we're doing, the Podbean to Anchor, right? So Nick, do you want to explain that?
We're going to be switching services from Podbean to Anchor. As a viewer, you're not going to see any interruption of content or whatever service you're listening on now will still work, but we're going to be adding Spotify and maybe a few others. We'll post on the Instagram as those come out. But this is just really to make it easier for you guys so you have more services to listen to it on.
Yeah, emphasis on Instagram, Scott and Nick Live. So, SNL_podcast.
Yeah, so make sure you follow the Instagram.
That's all where everything comes from.
You can subscribe on iTunes and YouTube so you can see the episodes right when they first come out.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'll upload them like 12 hours early, so we'll post Wednesday morning. But sometimes they'll be up there Tuesday night. If you're subscribed, you can get them early.
Yeah, and if you're listening now you know, and we're never going to say it again.
Yep.
So the more you know, the better.
For you guys.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. You just learn that. That's pretty awesome. Merch.
That's huge.
Merch.
We're going to be selling some t-shirts.
Yes.
So we're going to get our logo designed out. We're having somebody help us with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to put it on the t-shirts and it's going to look really nice. And we're going to be selling that to you guys. And we're going to use the funds.
We're going to price range it, and we're going to use the funds to get new sound equipment, do some upgrades, and, see what we can do with it. I don't think we're going to keep anything for ourselves.
No.
We're going to push everything into new stuff.
New audio equipment, new filming equipment, like lighting and stuff, and working on like a better background just for everything for you guys, especially for the people who are watching on YouTube. You'll see some improvements.
Oh yeah,
and if you're listening, the audio quality will get better. So good stuff all around, and you can rep the merch, and they're just gonna be really cool shirts. Like we wouldn't sell anything I wouldn't wear. Yeah,
the second they come out, we'll definitely be wearing them in the YouTube videos,
episodes, and you'll see.
So you'll see what you're missing out if you don't have them.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into Florida Flash News.
So 2 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock,
and
we begin. So what's the first one, Scott?
First one is Florida man tries to rob GameStop while wearing transparent bag on his head.
So I could see where his
gamer move.
I can see where his thought process was, where he just put a bag over his head. He can get all of his stuff and leave being unnoticed. But I don't think he really thought through his decision there about the plastic bag.
No, he did not. Yeah, I think this is like I kind of when you play a lot of video games in one day, the thin line between reality and video games is kind of torn.
Yeah, the veil is torn.
The veil is torn. Yes, if you know what we're talking about, if you know. But yeah, I think like he just went into it being like, oh, if I mess up, I got another life. Revive.
Do the level again.
Yeah, and that's not how it worked in this scenario, obviously. For good gamer moments, I would say a 15.
I'll give it a 12. I think he should have thought about it a little bit more, but it's a good effort.
Yeah, maybe take a break from the video games and not rob GameStop and maybe actually go get money.
Yeah, get a job maybe work at GameStop.
Yeah, rethink this process. Next one, Florida man arrested for assaulting girlfriend with fried chicken. Chicken papa.
I wonder what went through his head when he's like. I don't even know where to start on that one. So
I don't know where to start. Maybe this man was like, watching football, and then the woman was like, stop watching football. I mean, I totally get it. You're sitting there with your bucket of fried chicken, and then you're like, use what you have at your disposal. I'm trying to put this in rationality.
I would love to hear that 911 call because he was arrested for it, which I'm guessing there's some sort of call made to the police. So she's like, yeah, my boyfriend threw a fried chicken leg at me. I'm like, as a dispatcher, you'd be like, what the heck?
Are you at a party, ma'am?
Oh no, I'm just at Popeyes.
I'd give this a 10. It's not that exciting.
I give it a 10. Yeah, it's like a classic Florida man move.
I think it's overhyped. Maybe overhyped just a bit.
Yeah, I feel like the news might have put that one a little bit higher, but
yeah. So our last one is Florida man climbs on playground equipment to tell children where babies come from.
That's a little unsettling, especially his mugshot here. So I'm guessing some parents probably called the police on
Oh, sorry. No more.
That's the timer.
That's the timer. We get to know no more about where babies come from.
Oh,
I guess
next week. Maybe next week we'll know. Oh, what a shame.
Okay, that's it for Florida Flash News, and now we're gonna jump into Q&A.
So if you want to be on the Q&A,
Nick, don't interrupt the introduction to this segment. Don't.
Jack always has to go in with the music, but
Nick, you almost did it again.
Thanks,
okay?
Jack.
Chill.
Okay. So the way the Q&A works is if you want to be mentioned on the podcast or have your idea on here, just leave a comment on the Instagram topic post. We do always do it a few days before.
Yep.
You can have your idea on the show.
Yeah, that's basically it. Let's jump right into it. First one, church girl.
Oh, so we need to say what we're doing first.
Oh.
Yeah. So this week's episode is high school stereotypes.
First thing,
church girl. You guys don't know what it is, just play along.
Yeah, high school stereotypes. So we thought it'd be good since we're settling to high school now, especially seniors, sophomores. You know, the whole crew is settling, and I thought we'd go over what the stereotypes are because I feel like that's kind of
I feel like that the stereotypes are shown more in freshmen and sophomores because they're still trying to kind of find their group and like figure out who they are a little bit. So they kind of a little bit like try to fit into like be different people when they're in different groups. But as they kind of mature into juniors and seniors, they like are more of themselves and are like one consistent person.
I feel like less juniors, but definitely seniors is at that point where you're kind of just like there, you know, want to have fun right before you get to college or something, you know, that mentality. And you're kind of over the stereotypes because I feel like stereotypes just create too much gossip.
Yeah.
And as a senior, you're just like not into that. And anyone stuck on it is kind of like, I don't know, just like don't do it anymore.
Yeah. I feel like there's just some maturity thing and people are like just be themselves more. They like kind of know how to act. They're not trying to be a certain way around certain people. They're just consistent in themselves.
Yeah, and I just say like at this point, people just have solidified themselves maybe so much that it doesn't even matter anymore.
It's like personal growth throughout high school and just learning who they are.
For sure.
Different activities.
Okay, so now that we know what
we're talking about. The first one, the first ones are all coming from Instagram.
Church girl.
Yeah, so this is the girl. She goes to youth group, goes on retreats.
Yeah.
She lives by the motto, modest is hottest. And a lot of people say that. I think that's a pretty funny one.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I definitely think that the one, you know, use Bible quotes on their Instagrams.
All the time.
Just because, you know, it makes you a holy person. I feel like it's one of those things like the meme format with the penguins of Madagascar.
It's like we did it. We did it. Solved. Yeah, it's like we did it. We are in heaven or something. Yeah. We have achieved salvation.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of those mindsets.
I think that's a good though overall.
Yeah. Okay, next one is, I'm basically the Chad, the funniest, hottest person at the school who's incredibly smart and humble.
So I think the best comment to this one right away is Mr. Lewis commented on it. He said, I don't think your definition of Chad is right.
Interruption. If you don't know who Mr. Lewis is, you missed last episode.
You have to go back
to it. You violated the law. You must go back now.
And listen to episode 3
of season 2.
Yep.
We're going to give you a couple seconds to go back. Okay, and we're back.
Everybody who's still on this one. So, the Chad stereotype, he's kind of like the frat guy who's in high school, who's just like, not in a frat yet because he's obviously in high school, and he's just like the stereotypical like blonde hair, kind of like buff guy. Yeah. All the girls.
Yeah, I'd say it's just like a pretty like ultimate man version of a high school kid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, that's it.
He's going to be he's going to be the frat guy in the future, like undoubtedly.
Yes. I think the theology of it is very complex, so I say we move on to the next one before we get into a heated debate.
I think so.
I'm the kid who thinks he's funny and doesn't shut up about it.
That's not a bad strategy, though.
I feel like that's me.
Yeah, the quantity versus quality approach. You just put out 100
very
jokes.
hard.
That's a good approach. You put out 100 jokes. One of them will be funny.
Yeah. I've definitely like talked so much about me and myself being funny. I started my own podcast.
Now we're putting out 30-minute jokes every single week.
Oh god, yeah. So like now maybe people realize, oh, Scott's actually tolerable now. It's because the podcast. You're welcome.
He gets all of his jokes out once in the school. We're both a little bit more chill.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not. We have way too much confidence.
So, I think word of the stereotype, definitely.
Yeah, word to the wiser. Find a balance for this.
Yes, the quality versus quantity balance of jokes.
I feel like it's just like you save 5 jokes. And then, like, you know, you see where it hits. And usually, I feel like no one laughs, and you just like keep doing it.
And then you try to get like your 100th joke will be really funny.
Yeah. Or sometimes you'll get that scenario where like you say a joke and you think that no one's heard you.
You say it again,
and then they're like, "Shut up!"
Like, shut up. We heard it the first time. It's still not funny. That one hurts though, because you'll like think of a really funny joke, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, but maybe there's also the scenario like maybe one person heard it, but you have the inkling to say it again. But it's just like if you say it again, then that one person's like, "What am I, nothing to you?"
Yeah.
Does my laughter mean nothing to you? Or are you so self-centered that you need everyone to laugh?
Exactly.
Next one. There's the theater. We're gonna skip all that. It's just a list.
It says
I'm the not cool but not weird either.
So we have like the middle class of kind of stereotype. There's like not the weird or like.
If we're gonna kick to business now, okay?
There's not the top I guess the popular kid or like the weird kids in the middle where you share aspects of both. You have the pure middle class of social stereotypes.
Yes, I think that is the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
Right on to the next one since we absolutely nailed it. I've been pretty much all the stereotypes at the same point.
I feel like that'd be pretty hard to do. Being guy, girl stereotypes
and other
stereotypes.
I'm really concerned since I know this person.
I feel like they must be pretty busy a lot trying to fulfill all the stereotypes at one time.
Okay, today's Friday. That means I have to be a jock today.
I was a nerd yesterday. I'm gonna be a jock today. And
tomorrow I'll be emo.
Saturday I have to be an entrepreneur. So yeah, good luck to that person. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, we support you.
We support you.
That's what we have to do this time.
What's the next one?
That's it for this week's.
So that's for the Q&A. If you want to be on the Q&A, just comment on our topic post and we'll read your comment.
SNL_podcast is the Instagram. Make sure to go check that out. Yeah, always be active. We're always posting stuff. You know,
we post
the more active you are. Yeah, don't forget the website either.
Yep. So and then for the rest of the stereotypes, we found a website that has some the ones that you've seen in movies, the one that you think of when you think of a stereotype. A lot of them are outdated, so at the end we add in a few modern ones, but we're just gonna go through these.
Yeah. So the first one is the nerd.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that one. A lot of people are nerdy about one thing.
I feel like we're just gonna start making excuses
for ourselves.
Why everyone is a nerd.
Not just Scott for owning.
I guess the jocks are nerd because they're passionate about
sports. Yeah. I guess people who buy several $100s with Harry Potter paraphernalia.
Hey, we're not shooting anyone right now, okay? Just calm down. Stop. It's just a phase, Mom. It's just a phase. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely.
I'm like that person. I've gone through many roles. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely see the nerd.
Yeah, you definitely see that a lot. I think that's honestly the stereotype that always fits.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people could relate to that.
Yeah. The average kid.
I can relate to the middle class.
Yeah, kid. I can relate to this a lot because maybe not average, but I feel like I'm always above average, but not the best at anything. Because sports, I'm good at sports, but not the best. Or school, I'm good at school, but not obviously the best.
Yeah, it's you're not valedictorian, but you're not failing. You're kind of up there.
Yeah, you're at the 75% range of people, not the 50 or the 100, just right in the middle.
Which isn't bad. You're jack of all trades.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, obviously there's some traits that I do not have because I do not want to have them, being a good woman or,
some stuff I'm not good at. I'm not great at, I could never be a theater kid because that's not where my talent is, but I'm pretty good. I'm decent at school.
Yeah, exactly.
Podcasts.
Yeah. The artist. Yeah,
you definitely see those when you're you have
no, you don't see them. You don't. That's the thing. You don't see them, but you know they're there.
Their work.
Yeah, it's when there's the contest for artwork at school, and there's the voting tab or whatever.
For the t-shirts,
check it.
So you're voting on your homecoming or senior t-shirts, and you see those crazy designs. You're
where did those come from? None of my friends know how to draw.
Exactly. Or you're I saw a picture of Angela the other day. If you're going to BK, vote for Angela for homecoming king.
Yeah.
But there's a picture
very
of
cute
him.
Asian male. Okay, that's all I need to say.
There's a picture of him drawn. It was one of the best drawings I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really good. But the person who draw it, I would just never talk to.
Yeah, it's just kind of their work appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, very commendable work. Though.
Just keep it low key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just kind of know what you want to do.
Yeah,
that's how it is. The jock. I say like the nerd. This is a pretty common one, but I feel like it's one that's you're not just this. you're also other stuff.
Yeah, it's not like it's not an all-inclusive thing, but I guess
you can't be a jock and a nerd. That kind of like contradicts each other, but you can be one of these and then be other stuff.
I feel like the definition of a jock would be like somebody who puts sports above like a lot of other stuff,
like school.
Yeah, like their school or other things. It's just like that's kind of on the top of their priority list.
Kind of like a meathead, but that's kind of like a negative version of it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't even have to be negative. It's somebody who like their main goal is to get like a scholarship for like football or basketball, and like that's just their main track.
Oh yeah, for sure. The anime kid. Oh yeah.
There's tons of these people.
There's tons of these people.
I don't think this one's like all inclusive either. Like a lot of kids. I don't watch anime, but like I know a lot of people who do.
Yeah. The thing I always get is like if I talk to anime people and they're like, if I ask them like what they're doing, if they're looking at like a comic of it, they're like, oh, you should watch this totally. Yeah, it's only like 8 hours an episode and like
it's all in
48 seasons, and it's all in a language you've never seen or heard.
I feel like if somebody asking you to watch like The Office, but it's like, yeah, but it's also going to take 1 year of your life to watch, and you're going to have to learn a new language to understand it. Yeah, but you should totally watch it.
Yeah, this is kind of my view of anime is like, I don't know, like it kind of like you kind of like morph into like a little more dramatic from watching anime.
Yeah.
I mean, since I've watched a lot of comedy shows in my time, I've definitely picked up a lot of jokes, and I feel like, you know, there's always like
you a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like the anime kid and like the youth group kid are similar. Like, cause the youth group kid's always trying to get you to go to youth group, and they can't shut up. Like, it's not just a bad thing, but like always talks about the retreats and stuff. But then you have the anime kid.
No pictures. You heard that.
Then you have the anime kid who like always talks about anime and is always trying to get you to watch anime. So they're both like, similar in that boat, just promoting their thing.
Yeah. Queen Bee. Yeah, I feel like a lot of girls like say like I'm Queen Bee, but like you don't want to be. Stop it.
Yeah, I feel like
that means you like drama too much.
It's like a girl who's like kind of obsessed about drama and like self-image and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say there's only a couple of these. Like there's people who say they're like dramatic or something, but I feel like it's just like no.
I feel like it's less common with seniors. I feel like maybe underclassmen more. Once they mature, they kind of like phase out of drama.
Yeah.
I feel like when people first get like if they go from a small school to a big school,
it definitely does in freshman, because like freshman year, like you don't like the people like the Queen Bees or like, you know, those type of people, like the popular, they know each other, but then like you know, people who don't.
I feel like,
there's such a line, but like by the end of the high school experience, I feel like it's much more open.
I feel like some of it is the people who come from like a small middle school to like a bigger school. They just kind of like have this big like group of people, and they have like drama and stuff, so they get kind of obsessed in it.
Yeah, I think we're outing ourselves as not being popular. Yeah. We're like the popular people. We're cool too, Mom. God, leave me alone.
Just for the intellectuals.
The gamer.
Yeah.
This is definitely a very popular one.
Yeah,
I say like a lot of. This is like the gamer. I feel like there's two types of gamer. There's the epic gamer, which is all male, no females allowed. And then the gamer, which is like, you know, you play like Sudoku or something, and they're like, I'm a gamer.
I feel like those are the people who play like Minecraft casually or like play games sometimes. Then you have like the epic gamer is the one who like skips like they'll skip like a football game on a whatever night.
Yeah.
To like play the game.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's definitely the difference.
I feel like it's two parts.
But like I feel like another thing is like if like you play video games at all, there's like always that person you just like whenever you get on, he's like that person's like always on and like always willing to like, you know, talk to you about it. It is that that's how it is. Let's do 3 more of these and we'll get to our personal ones. Jack, is that all right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Theater nerd.
Yeah, so
that's definitely an
I feel like you can see that theater group. They're kind of like they have their own thing. So there's like the football group. They're like all friends because they always spend their time together at practice. There's definitely a theater group. They kind of sit together, all like are like hyped about their own performances and stuff.
I feel like, but I just like I don't know. I never see them. I feel like anyone like I know some people who did. I took theater 1 freshman year. I liked it because it's theater 1 is like super simple and you do like a bunch of like, you know, funny speeches.
Yeah.
And like it definitely helped because I eventually like started doing public speaking.
Yeah.
Like now. So like it helped a lot, but I feel like those people I just like never saw them again. It's like they're doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. So I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
You know.
They're like super passionate about it, which is respectable.
Yeah. For sure. The band geek. At our school we don't really have that.
Yeah, I'm sure like at other schools when you have a big band program, I'm sure they have their own little group, kind of like similar to the theater group. But at Kenny we definitely don't have.
I know at Creekside they have a huge band, and like band is like such a huge commitment.
Because they're practicing just as much as like some sports teams, where they're like every single night for hours, and they're going to all the games too.
And they have competitions and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
So it's like
so they're spending a ton of time together, so they like inevitably will form their own little clique.
Yeah, because I know in college it's like a huge deal. Like the Gators, they have like a really like high ranked band, and it's like those people just like do that like a lot, so much.
It's their thing.
Yeah. The thoughts.
Yeah, they have those at school.
Yeah, they have those at school. I feel like putting them out is kind of like a difference than just saying they're there.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
We'll leave that one there.
We'll leave that one there. I don't think we're liable to talk about that.
Yes, I think that's all the ones from like
that's kind of all the ones that
from this website that we found. So we went ahead and
added
some of our own in there. So one that we definitely saw this year, everybody was.
It's new emerging. If you have stock and you want to invest in a stereotype,
this is the stereotype to invest in. This one's taking off. You've seen it at your school, I guarantee it.
Don't be too late.
Is the Visco girl. Mm-hmm. You have seen it.
I think everyone knows from TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, if you have TikTok, you've seen it, and even if you're at any high school, you've seen it's mostly the freshmen. It's kind of filtered in some of the other grades too, but some classic symptoms of this stereotype are a hydro flask, like an oversized T-shirt, messy bun, save the turtles, metal straws, which we got into that on episode 1. Go back and look at it.
Stop! You violated law. Go back if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Go back and check out episode 1 if you haven't
already.
I'll
stop doing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Visco Girls took off a lot. Like I saw the memes over the summer, and I'm like, that's probably not like that big of a deal.
I've never seen that. Like I know people who have Visco, they're not like that. But then I came back to school and I'm like, oh no, there's freshmen who actually do this.
In like the classic saying, thing.
I still don't. I kind of understand it. I remember. I knew what it was, but then I forgot it. So like I'm happy I forgot it, but I know it's gonna come back unfortunately.
Yeah, that one definitely took off, and you see it at every school.
Yeah. Let's do next one. Freshman. It wasn't listed on the list, which is really surprising.
Yeah. So, like a freshman's the one who like is running to class. They always think they're gonna be late. They have a huge backpack.
I remember going into high school and people telling me that. I'm like, no, that's not true. But then I did that.
Yeah,
and I didn't even realize it until the next year. And I was like, I'm an idiot.
And the classic freshman move is like going to the wrong lunch.
Shut up. Yeah, went to the wrong lunch.
Scott did that, right?
Whatever.
I never did that, but I mean, like a lot of freshmen will get their schedules mixed up, especially like Kenny when you have the rotating
I'm still so bad with schedules. I still have it I have it on the back of my iPad still.
It's confusing because it's different every day.
Well, last year, remember I had the surprise lunch.
Yes, every day forgot. Every Tuesday, you forgot we had first lunch, and he was starting to walk to class. People have the what's it called? Dementia.
Yeah, dementia. I dementia every Tuesday.
Yes, you forgot we had first lunch.
Because I was dreading about my Mr. Kunasalas class. Yeah, if you don't know what if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back
and listen to the back to school episode.
Yeah, with Jack Pease. That's a good one.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Was I gonna say the freshman move is just to go to the wrong class.
Yeah.
And get your schedule mixed up or stand up on the wrong bell.
Yeah.
You try to leave class early.
Yeah. For the last one, entrepreneur.
So that's probably my favorite one on here. So some symptoms of that is the hand steeple power position.
Boom.
It's a really good one.
Sunglasses, not just one pair, many pairs. Same with watches.
Watches, many watches.
Yes, always if you have free time looking at companies and stock.
Wears a suit at any opportunity possible. Whether at youth group or anywhere else, he's always seen wearing a suit.
If you complain about wearing a suit, that means you are not an entrepreneur. I'm very sorry.
An entrepreneur seeks to wear a suit.
Yes.
Yeah, and these are the people who are always talking about business, and when they start bringing it up in their history
class.
Has
a notepad.
Yeah, it has a notepad for all their $1 million ideas that they think are going to take off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So basically, us.
Yep, entrepreneur.
We're the only ones I know.
Yeah,
very good. No, we have some friends.
We have some friends who are entrepreneurs. I think one of them is going to be on in the future. Maybe
you'll have to stay on to see.
Stay tuned.
We've done so many ads. I love it. We're constantly plugging ourselves back in. Okay, so that was the topic for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, we're gonna be getting some more topics that are really kind of easy to do.
Yeah,
not just easy,
interesting topics that are easy for us to talk about. It's like more accurate.
Yeah, where we don't really have to bring a special guest on.
Yeah, it's kind of we like having them on sometimes, but it's also our podcast. We'd like to do some stuff that's just just us talking to the microphone.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so we're gonna kick it to football now. We missed a lot last week since I was out sick, and between the Jags fantasy, NFL broad. There's definitely a lot of catch up. I'll try to like be really brief about NFL broad. But I want to talk about Jags a little bit more.
Yeah.
So NFL broad, I'll hit it really quickly. Injuries: Saquon Barkley, Big Ben, and Drew Brees are the 3 main injuries that are going to be out. Tyreek Hill also. I think I might have mentioned that last episode. Those are like the 4 big ones that are out like so early, and it's really unfortunate, especially like as a fantasy team.
Yeah, because those are like some high draft picks, especially the respective positions.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Antonio Brown, God, the story that won't end.
Yeah, so he was released from the Patriots because he like self-incriminated himself on Twitter against
like
the sexual assault allegations.
The sexual assault allegations. Like people were like, you know, talking about it and they're like, oh, he's totally guilty. But they were from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And in the court of law, you can't, you know, commit it like if unless it's like continuing. But if he did it 2 years ago, there's not enough evidence to. Sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, sorry for YouTube. The camera fell.
Yeah. You're still listening. Don't worry. So you know, it's really unfortunate that, you know, he just kind of shot himself in the foot. He's a very talented player.
Yeah. So learn from your mistake. Don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's an idiotic subject. Fantasy. Very like really good pickups. Gardner Minshew, Daniel Jones, super good. Backup for the Giants. It's very temporary backup. Do not pick him up for good. Ross, the whatever number for the Cincinnati Bengals, pick him up. Very good. DJ Shark of the Jags is number 1 right now in fantasy, so I'd recommend pick him up. He's only picked up in 42% of the leagues, so definitely look at that. And you know, just stay active in fantasy. And to all the fantasy owners in our league, you know, I'm really liking what I'm saying right now. So just make sure you stay active.
And remember to set your lineup.
We'll stay active.
That's a classic mistake, is to forget setting your lineup. It's like Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday. Like injury reports are the biggest thing. Like Friday they roll them out, and then like, you know, 1 or 2 people get screwed.
After Thursday night, it's like some of your positions will be locked in from the Thursday night football game. Mm-hmm. So make sure you stay up to date on that.
Yeah. Jags. So this is kind of where I'll get into my show. Nick, do you want to start off?
Yeah, so we got our first win of the season.
Yeah.
Just huge.
Big dub.
Yeah,
big dub.
We got a Thursday night win game, so maybe Thursdays are our day because we haven't had any wins on Sundays.
We don't have any more Thursdays.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. But anyways, we got our first win against the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, Titans last year beat us 2-0 because they played us twice.
Yeah.
So, it felt really nice. I went to the game. Nick was not able to. He had a lot of work. It was
a
late.
School night.
Yeah. I was glad I went. It was definitely a fun game. You know, and the fear with going to those kind of games, especially since it's a school night, is that, you know, it's going to be late and it's going to be a bad game. But thank God it was a good game.
So
Gardner Minshew went off. Minshew mania is taking off, okay? This guy is an absolute baller. I mean, the stash and everything. Like, he wore jorts, the jeans shorts, to his former college, Washington. It was super funny. But, I really like that. And then last thing for the Jags is Jalen Ramsey is requesting a trade.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's big news. It's really unfortunate because he was kind of like the face of the Jags.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, I feel like now that
the team looks a lot different now because we don't we had
the offense pass game is like one of our best, like other than the D line, one of our best like cores.
Just for branding too, like the team looks a lot different. Cause we had like Foles was like the big face we're putting on everything, but then he's injured. And Ramsey too, he's like one of our star players.
Yeah, but he's requesting a trade. It was because him and the coach Marone got in an argument during the Texans game because he didn't throw a challenge flag on a pass interference call. So, you know, it is what it is. It's really unfortunate. I hope Ramsey stays with us. The the attitude and arrogance towards it is really unfortunate.
He's always been kind of like a hothead and like just getting himself in trouble.
And if we do trade him, you know, we'll get some. He's number 1 in cornerback in the league. You know, or definitely top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely get some good stuff back. So. Yeah, something to keep in tabs. We'll keep you updated if, you know, you don't watch it, you know, do ESPN. We'll keep you updated with it. And, let us know if you want more football, which segments, if you want more Florida Man, if you want any, introduce on anything, you know, talk about something more, you know, make sure you're active.
Because, you can go on the website. If you want to be a special guest, you can apply and we'll put you on the list. We have a few special guests queued up, but we can definitely consider any applications and you can write in any questions you want. They can be about the topic or like off topic. We'll answer a lot of questions. Yeah. Make sure you comment on the Instagram Q&A post. It's always a great way to
I know it's kind of silly to say, but like the only way we're going to get better is,
feedback.
if someone tells us there's a way to get better.
Yeah, so if you have any positive or negative feedback, we'd love to hear it. Just to help us improve the podcast for everybody else.
Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube
or iTunes.
Follow us Podbean, follow us on iTunes, give us a good rating. Whatever you have to do to give your opinion on us.
Yep.
We like it no matter how it comes. We prefer the good, but we'll also take the bad. So thanks for listening, intellectuals, and we'll see you next
in
time.
2 weeks.
Yeah.